The artist I chose is Caspar David Friedrich. Origins and childhood. Caspar David Friedrich was born on September 5th, 1774 in Greifswald, Pomerania, which is now modern-day Germany. Greifswald was a coastal town, and growing up here is speculated to have played a big role in his love for landscapes and the natural. Caspar was the sixth child of 10, with 9 other siblings, in a family of a strict Lutheran religion. His father was a candle maker and soap boiler. Unfortunately, Caspar David Friedrich went through some serious trauma at a young age. At 7 years old, he lost his mother, and at 13, he witnessed one of his younger brothers drown in an attempt to save him from a frozen lake. This picture on the right is a self-portrait drawn by Caspar David Friedrich himself. Reputation. While it is unknown exactly when he got into art, he did attend school as an art student in his hometown of Greifswald when he was 16. Caspar David Friedrich was a radical in the art scene during his career from the late 1790s to the early 1820s. This is because during this time period, neoclassical art was dominating the world, with popular neoclassical artists like Jacques Louis David also in the peak of their art career during this time. During this time, the Napoleonic Wars started and finished, and it is speculated that it is because of the wars that Caspar David Friedrich's artistic theme of solitude and individualism was created. This painting in particular, The Wanderer Above the Sea Fog, one of his most iconic pieces, is a perfect demonstration of that. He was considered one of the founding fathers of the Romanticism art style and the Romantic movement, as he was among the very first to make art like this in the decades of neoclassical art. His art is known popularly for its breathtaking landscapes, which he draws out of his love for the natural world. Art style. The Romanticism art style is known for its emotional impact. It leaves no room for logic and reasoning, only creativity and feeling. Romantic art also focuses on individualism and the human experience, as well as explores a fascination with history like the Middle Ages and mythology, which was closely related to humanity during those times. Caspar David Friedrich's art checks those boxes as he practically created romantic art. The most defining feature of his art is the sublime landscapes he creates, with a heavy focus on nature and spiritualism. As you can see, the Gothic ruins and crosses in his piece, the monastery graveyard in the snow, religious symbolism. And individualism, which you saw in the Wanderer painting and we'll see again in a couple of slides in his piece called The Monk by the Sea, is another big aspect of his work. Caspar David Friedrich's favorite medium for his art was oil paint on canvas, and a technique he exhibits total mastery of is called chiaroscuro, which is the utilization of contrasts of light and shadow to create a dramatic mood in the settings of his works. Here you can see the chiaroscuro technique at work. Strong contrasts of light between light and dark in the painting give it a very powerful vibe. The meaning and purpose behind his work. Caspar David Friedrich made his work, which is seen as a protest during the rapid urbanization of Germany, in which the natural landscape of Germany was being taken over and used for human settlements and such. Through his work, he creates a strong emotional and spiritual appeal to the viewers of his art, and he said he wanted to give his audience the chance to contemplate God's presence in the world through his art. He also wanted people to share his love for the natural and the spiritual aspects of life, and he had a strong sense for the human experience as well, which he portrayed through individualism and solitude, encouraging self-reflection. Footprint, or legacy, the mark he left on the world. Single-handedly, he is the sole reason for the German Romantic art movement's use of nature and the appeal to emotion and the sublime. He revolutionized landscape painting by incorporating the human experience and spiritualism into his landscapes, which emphasized the gravity of his art. He had a generational influence that extends to many different art style movements that came after the Romanticism, came after Romanticism and is still greatly appreciated by the artists and art historians of the world today. Caspar David Friedrich died on May 7, 1840, in Dresden, Germany, which was likely caused by health complications from his stroke 5 years prior. Here's why I like Caspar David Friedrich. His art reflects his free spirit, which is something I'm jealous of, and the adventurous aspects of his paintings are astounding to me. There isn't much I wouldn't give to spend a day in his landscapes. To me, his art represents a naturalistic appreciation I feel like I've lost in myself growing up in the age of technology. His art sparks my imagination, my admiration for the naturalistic and spiritual, and I would love to experience the perspectives of the figures in his art like the wanderer or the monk. Romanticism as an art style is something so impactful to me. As someone who has a hard time understanding the emotional aspects of life compared to the logical, romantic work speaks volumes to me in the sense that it shows me what it means to take it all in and feel. Thank you for listening.